Sometimes life whispers a lie so loudly that we start believing it, that we're not enough. But every soul carries a hidden strength waiting to rise. Today's story is about a young girl who discovered that truth in the most unexpected way. Emily was born in a small, breathtaking village tucked between emerald, green hills and crystal, clear rivers. Everyone said she was one of the most beautiful girls in the entire valley. Not just because of her soft brown eyes or her warm smile, but because she carried a kindness that made people feel seen. But Emily did not believe any of that. She often thought, "I'm not smart enough, I'm not brave enough, I'm not special enough." Why? Because while the village praised her beauty, they rarely praised her dreams. All she ever wanted was to do something meaningful, something that would bring pride to her village and prove her worth. But every time she tried something new, she felt overshadowed by her own doubt. Her closest friends, Lily and Noah, always believed in her, but Emily's inner voice was louder than theirs. Every year, the village held a grand talent festival where children showcased their abilities: painting, dancing, storytelling, crafting, and music. It was the biggest event of the year. Lily was an amazing painter. Noah played the flute beautifully. Emily wasn't sure what she could do. "Emily, you should enter," Lily insisted, excitedly mixing colors on her palette. "Yeah, you're creative. You can do anything," Noah added. Emily smiled weakly. "Anything? I can't even decide what to try." Her friends exchanged looks filled with concern, but they didn't push her further. As the festival approached, Emily watched others practice confidently. Their confidence felt like a mirror reflecting her emptiness. She walked home that evening feeling smaller than ever. A few days before the festival, heavy rain damaged the old wooden bridge that connected the village to the next town. The bridge was important. Villagers used it daily for supplies. The elders were worried. "Repairs will take weeks," one said. "What will we do in the meantime?" another asked. Emily listened quietly. Her father was one of the few who knew basic carpentry, but he had injured his hand recently and couldn't help. That night, Emily sat on the porch, staring at the broken structure across the river. Her heart whispered, "If only I could help," but her mind screamed louder, You can't fix anything. You're not enough." She hugged her knees and let the night hide her fears. The next morning, Emily visited the riverbank again. There she saw something surprising: two old craftsmen struggling to carry heavy wooden planks. Without thinking, she rushed forward. "Let me help." They looked shocked. This is heavy work, child," one said gently. "You should go home." But Emily didn't move. "I want to try," she said firmly. The craftsmen exchanged glances, then nodded. To everyone's surprise, Emily lifted the wood with steady hands. She wasn't as weak as she thought. Slowly, she helped hold the beams in place, carried tools, and passed nails. She didn't know carpentry, but she watched carefully, learned quickly, and followed instructions with determination. Her clothes got muddy, her hands got scratched, but she didn't stop. For the first time in years, she wasn't thinking about being enough. She was simply trying, and it felt good. However, not everyone approved. On the third day of repairs, a few villagers passed by and laughed. "Is that Emily? Why is a pretty girl doing dirty work? She should be preparing for the talent festival, not pretending to fix bridges." Those words hit harder than any stone. Emily's confidence wavered. Her old doubts crawled back. Maybe they're right, maybe I don't belong here. She stepped aside, wiping her sweaty hands on her skirt. The craftsman noticed the shift in her expression. "Emily," one said gently, "don't let anyone decide your worth. You're helping more than you know." But Emily was already sinking. That afternoon, Lily came running to the riverbank, breathless. "Emily, you missed practice again. Are you okay?" Emily pointed to the bridge. "I'm helping here. It's not much, but it's something." Lily studied her muddy clothes, tired eyes, and trembling hands. "You're helping a lot," she said softly. "But Emily, why do you look so sad?" Emily finally confessed everything, the doubts, the hurtful words, the feeling of never being good enough. Lily took her hands and squeezed them. "Emily, you don't even see what you've become. You've worked day and night on something that helps the entire village. Isn't that worth more than a trophy?" Emily didn't answer, but her eyes softened. Lily continued, "Stop seeing yourself through the eyes of people who don't understand your strength." Something inside Emily shifted. It wasn't complete confidence, but it was the beginning of it. That night, Emily couldn't sleep. She walked outside where the moon reflected on the quiet river. She whispered to herself, "Why do I always think I'm not enough?" The question echoed in her heart. Suddenly, she remembered something from her childhood. Her father, teaching her how to carve small wooden toys. She used to be brave, curious, and full of wonder. But as she grew older, comparison and criticism covered her spirit like dust. Then she realized the problem wasn't that she wasn't enough. The problem was that she believed everyone else's opinion more than her own. She placed her hand on her heart. "I'm not perfect, but I can try, and maybe that's enough." The next morning, Emily returned to the bridge with a clear mind. She worked harder than ever, not to prove herself, but because she wanted to. Her determination inspired others. Soon more villagers joined. Young boys carried planks, older men tied ropes, and women brought food for the workers. By evening, the bridge, once broken and hopeless, stood tall and strong. Everyone clapped and cheered. One of the elders raised Emily's hand in the air. "Without this girl's courage, we wouldn't have finished in time. She led us with her spirit." Emily's heart swelled. For the first time, she felt her worth. But the biggest surprise was yet to come. The festival morning arrived, and the village buzzed with excitement. Lily painted a breathtaking landscape. Noah played a soulful melody. Children danced, sang, and told stories. Emily hadn't prepared anything. She stood behind the crowd, unsure whether she should even participate. Suddenly, the chief elder announced, "This year we have a special moment. Instead of a traditional performance, we want to honor the young woman whose hard work restored our bridge and united our village." Everyone turned to her. Emily froze. Her heart raced. "Emily," the elder said warmly, "come share your journey." Hands trembling, Emily stepped onto the stage. She faced the crowd, the same people who once doubted her. She took a deep breath. "I always thought I wasn't enough," she began. "I compared myself to others, listened to the wrong voices, and let fear decide everything. But when I helped with the bridge, I learned something." The audience leaned in. "You don't have to be perfect to make a difference. You just have to care enough to try." Tears filled many eyes. Emily continued, "The bridge isn't just wood and nails. It's a reminder that sometimes the smallest efforts create the biggest impact. If I, someone who doubted herself so much, could help fix it, then maybe everyone here is capable of more than they believe." The crowd erupted into applause, loud, emotional, overwhelming. For the first time ever, Emily felt truly seen. After the festival, children gathered around Emily asking her to teach them how to help, how to build, how to be brave. Elders praised her patience and dedication. Mothers hugged her for being a role model to their daughters. Lily and Noah stood beside her proudly. "See," Lily whispered, "you were never less. You were just hiding your more." Emily smiled, a real, confident smile. From that day forward, her life changed. She became known as the girl who brought the village together. She led projects, fixed problems, and inspired children to believe in themselves. She wasn't the best singer, dancer, or painter, but she had something greater. the ability to rise even when she felt small. And that was more than enough. So the next time you feel you're not enough, remember Emily. Worth isn't proven by perfection. It's revealed by courage, kindness, and the willingness to try. You already carry everything you need inside you. Believe it, live it, rise with it.